You're going to Sardinia in April or May, and you want to know what it's actually like. That's exactly what this video is about. I'm going to walk you through the weather, the water temperature and whether you can swim, what the island looks like in spring, what to pack, what to watch out for, and what you need to know before you go. So if your trip is coming up, this is for you. Spring in Sardinia is genuinely beautiful, but you need to be prepared because the weather has a personality of its own. In April, you're looking at daytime temperatures around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. That's roughly 64 to 68 Fahrenheit. Very pleasant during the day, but mornings and evenings can dip down to about 10 degrees, so layers are your best friend. By May, things warm up nicely to around 22 degrees on average, and the sun really starts to feel like the Mediterranean sun you've been dreaming about. Now here's the thing nobody warns you about: the wind. Sardinia is a windy island, especially in spring. Some days it's a refreshing breeze, other days it's genuinely powerful. It can make a sunny 20-degree day feel significantly cooler, and it will absolutely affect your beach plans. So keep that in mind when you're planning your days. Now, this is not sponsored, but I want to share something with you that's going to make your trip so much easier. There's an app that literally all the locals in Sardinia use, and it's called Bentu. It's made specifically for Sardinia, and it's honestly one of the most useful tools you can have on your phone when you're here. What Bentu does is show you exactly which coast has wind on any given day. You can see the wind direction, how fast it's blowing, and even the temperature at different beaches across the island. So if you wake up and it's windy on the west coast, you can open the app and see that the east coast is calm and perfect for the beach. This is a game changer in spring because the wind can really vary from day to day and from coast to coast. Instead of driving somewhere and being disappointed, you can check the app first and go to the best spot for that day. And the best part, it's completely free. You don't have to pay for anything. This is just a genuine recommendation from my heart, because this is what everyone who lives here actually uses, and it's going to help you make the most of your time on the island. You can find the link in the description down below. Now here's something that might actually surprise you, and honestly, it's one of the best reasons to visit Sardinia in spring: the landscape. If you've only ever seen photos of Sardinia from July or August, you've seen a dry, golden brown island. That's because the intense summer sun scorches everything. But in spring, Sardinia is unbelievably green. I'm talking lush, vivid green everywhere you look. The wildflowers are out in full force. The whole island smells amazing. The hillsides are alive. The macchia, that thick Mediterranean scrubland, is blooming. This is Sardinia at its most vibrant and most alive. By July, most of this will be dried out and brown. You're seeing the island at a time most tourists never get to experience, and it's stunning. This is also what makes spring perfect for hiking and cycling. The Goropu Gorge, the trails along the Orosei coast, the Supramonte mountains. Doing these in 20-degree weather with green scenery all around you is a completely different experience than trying to hike them in 35-degree August heat. If you're into nature at all, you've picked the right time. And speaking of picking the right time, here's something I really want you to appreciate about visiting now versus peak summer. The people who run the restaurants, the agriturismos, the little shops, the boat tours. In August, these people are exhausted. They've been serving non-stop tourists every single day for weeks. They're running on empty. But in spring, they're fresh, they're motivated, they're genuinely happy to see you. You'll get better service, better conversations, more authentic interactions. The whole island has a more relaxed, welcoming energy right now. Sardinians are incredibly warm people, and you'll feel that even more in the shoulder season, when everything isn't at full capacity. On that note, the major sites and attractions are open. Archaeological sites are all accessible, and honestly, they're so much more enjoyable to explore when you're not fighting crowds and heat. Now, and this is a really important practical tip, I need to tell you something about how things work in Sardinia that could save you a lot of frustration. Do not rely on Google Maps hours. I'm serious about this. In Sardinia, business owners don't always update their Google listings. A restaurant might say it's open, you drive 30 minutes to get there, and it's closed. This is especially true in spring, when some seasonal businesses are just opening back up and haven't settled into their regular schedule yet. The solution is simple: call ahead. Before you drive anywhere, a restaurant, a specific shop, a boat tour operator, just give them a quick call to confirm they're open. It takes 30 seconds, and it will save you from wasted trips. This is just how it works here. And once you know that, you'll be fine. Okay, now, the moment you've been waiting for. Let's talk about the water. Can you swim in Sardinia in April and May? Here's the real answer, with actual numbers. In April, the sea temperature averages around 15 degrees Celsius. That's 59 Fahrenheit. Early April, you're probably looking at 14 to 15 degrees. By late April, it might creep up to 16, maybe 17 on a warm stretch. To put that in perspective, that is cold, properly cold. Below 16 degrees, your body starts to feel the shock when you get in. Beaches will be quiet. You might see a few hardy locals taking a quick dip, but this is not swimming weather for most people. If you're visiting in April, think of the beaches as places for beautiful walks, sunbathing on a warm afternoon, and incredible photos with nobody else around. Don't plan your trip around swimming. May is where things start to change, and this is where it gets interesting. Early May is basically a continuation of late April. You're looking at 16 to 18 degrees, still brisk, still cold for most people. By mid-May, you're in the 18 to 19 degree range. You can get in, but it's going to be refreshing. Let's call it what it is. But late May, the last week or two of the month, that's when the magic happens. Water temperatures can hit 20 degrees, even 21 in the right spots. And 20 degrees is really the threshold. That's where it goes from, I'm forcing myself to do this, to, okay, this is actually pleasant. That's the unofficial start of swimming season in Sardinia. Now here's a crucial detail. Where you swim matters enormously. The south coast, think Cagliari, Costare, Villasimius, is warmer. It's more sheltered from the Mistral wind. The water retains heat better, and it consistently leads the island in sea temperature. If you're visiting in May and swimming is important to you, head south. The southern beaches are where you'll find the warmest water, potentially hitting that 20-degree mark by late May. The north coast, Alghero, the Costa Smeralda, up around Castelsardo, is more exposed to open sea and those northern winds. The water is cooler up there. The north typically doesn't reliably hit 20 degrees until early June. So if you're in the north in May, manage your expectations. To sum it up, April, no, not really, unless you're a cold water warrior. Early to mid-May, it's possible, but brisk. Late May in southern Sardinia, yes, you can genuinely swim and enjoy it. And if you want a guaranteed comfortable swim, June is when the water is consistently 21 to 23 degrees across the whole island. But here's the thing, and I really mean this, the swimming question is almost beside the point. You're visiting Sardinia in its most beautiful season. The green landscapes, the wildflowers, the empty beaches, the fresh energy from the locals, the lower prices, the perfect hiking weather. This is Sardinia at its absolute best. And everything else about your trip is going to be better because you came now instead of fighting the August crowds. You're going to love it. Have an amazing trip, and I'll see you in the next one.